Prayer leader of the Pride of True Happiness, Ms. Susan Kinsella. Please open your prayer book, page 40.
People, children of God.
God's name, the timing after season, the way back to her city.
Also not after the 4 o'clock and then now.
It's very easy to hear this sound is really earlier.
静まり、静ま
When she
り、
makes, when she goes back to her
静ま
seat,
り
Yes, like her city.
when she's going back.
Here, this is now.
Prayer leader of Divine Songs, Ms. Vita Pascual.
So before she gets to her seat, but
Sorry, sometimes I have minor seizures, but I'm okay. I just need a second. It's okay, I promise. I just have like minor seizures sometimes. Yeah, I'm fine. I just need to.
Sit down and relax.
It just has to be I just need to like show myself like, I can do this. Okay, let me do this again. Sorry, it's okay.
Rita, please don't worry.
Please open your prayer book, pages 81 and 82.
When one closes the gap between God and oneself,
The Assistant Senior Director, Ms. Miyuki Fujimori, will lead us in the closing prayer.
Thank you very much. Sit down with Peter and the sea. Sit down.
Thank you, Lisa, I reminded me. Sometimes I get confused with bowing.
When I come back,
Bow together.
and you don't have to bow at that time. Once you bow together, you just go. That's it.
Okay. Oh, thank you, yeah.
And
Yeah.
when you're over,
Yeah.
when you do a national prayer, you bow. You come back and bow.
Right?
And then you bow. It's like to do your first step. That's 2 different bows.
Right, okay. So I stand up, I bow, then I do a half bow, and then 3 steps.
so this one right here, after the next 4 o'clock
And then bowing.
One bow, and then she start to
You're so
move,
great.
go back
You
to her
just
seat.
like,
Keep
just
up.
so
So this is really slowly, so
glad. No, I'm glad. Okay.
Explain to you this significance.
Okay.
So that helps you.
Okay.
When you're in front,
so when she goes back to her seat.
yes. So let's play up together, begin to recover.
Okay. Okay.
that's what it's doing. But the step now is a little bit but it'll be a straight position. That's also another.
That's gonna help me remember. Thank you.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's who I am from God.
Okay.
Like, one thing
Please bless your vocation by us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Today the video started on 10:41
So in 11 minutes, 12 minutes.
Please be seated before 10:41. Thank you very much.
so much.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like when I'm more relaxed, I flow easier. I tend to get stressed and get anxious very easy, and I'm trying to. It really is. We're gonna rock it. Did you bring anything?
I like water.
You brought your water?
I know you're a coffee drinker.
But I
Before the ceremony, please close your eyes.
I say you're drinking boldly, and the boldly,
As you begin to clear your mind, breathe in deeply and exhale completely at your own pace in your own time. Breathe in and out, allowing the sound of my voice and the sounds around you to relax you even more deeply. Feel and envision your true self. In the depth of your soul, you will find your divine nature brilliantly shining. Your soul as his child is a divided soul of God. Feel and envision God's light of great love and wondrous wisdom as it flows into you. Clouds of delusion are gradually faded away. The light of your soul, the power of radiation are flowing out endlessly. Your soul is eternally connected with God. In the eye of your true self, you find God's love and happiness. Allow yourself to realize who you truly are and rebirth every day as God's children. Ourselves and the world around us as the expression of divine light. Open your heart to God's vision of you. Embrace his will with gratefulness and devotion. Allow yourself now to become more and more aware of your surroundings. Okay. Before the ceremony, please close your eyes. As you begin to clear your mind, breathe in deeply and exhale completely at your own pace, in your own time. Breathe in and out, allowing the sound of my voice and the sound around you to relax you even more deeply. Feel and envision your true self. In the depth of your soul, you you will find your divine nature brilliantly shining. Your soul, as his child, is a divided soul of God. Feel and envision God's light of great love and wondrous wisdom as it flows into you. Clouds of delusion are gradually faded away. The light of your soul, the power of radiation are flowing out endlessly. Your soul is eternally connected with God. In the eye of your true self, you find God's love and happiness. Allow yourself to realize who you truly are and rebirth every day as God's children, ourselves and the world around us as the expression of divine light. Open your heart to God's vision of you. Embrace his will with gratefulness and devotion. Allow yourself now to become more and more aware of your surroundings. Just taking it to that time. Oh, that's a good time. Okay. Okay. Okay, so kind of stretch it. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Thank you. 5 minutes? Okay.
Everything is okay?
Yes, ma'am. It is good.
Thank you so much for being the MC.
No problem. Thank you for the opportunity.
Everybody is there.
Everybody's waiting.
How was the beach?
It was good.
Good?
Yeah. It was very windy.
Oh.
Very windy. What is it, kaze? Is that
Kaze?
wind?
Yes.
Yes.
did a really good job.
Yes,
Flowers.
flowers.
Did you have fun yesterday?
I did.
I was telling everybody, I was like, my husband and my daughter, they're so plain white. And I was saying, see, Veronica yesterday said, I'm gonna go get some sun. And I was like, how would you do?
It was very good, very windy.
But
It was
not,
cool.
that makes it nice. You
Yeah.
don't wanna go there and that roast feeling.
Right.
And
Yeah, so it was perfect. We stayed there till about 10. That was not the plan.
10 p.m.? No way.
Yeah, like the full moon, it was out and stuff, so it was beautiful. We had fire going and everything, so yeah. It was very good.
Oh, I'm so glad. So you came here, you recharge your stuff, and then you
Yes.
go, oh my goodness, lucky
I'm
girl.
ready to do it again. That's probably why I'm a little sleepy today too.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much.
The ranger, yeah, she has an art.
And that's no.
I think we're getting ready to start, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even bring my glasses. That was the basic thing. Was that Alexander?
On March 3rd, practitioners gathered at Susa and did yard work. In order to accommodate people from all around the world for the 60th Grand Anniversary Festival, they cut grass, cleaned the facilities, and planted flowers. Everyone enjoyed their divine service. On the 3rd, prior to the monthly commencement ceremony, more than 1,000 group coordinators assembled in the sanctuary and held a study meeting. In the meeting, attendees learned the explanations about the time frame of the 60th anniversary and etiquette of using the facilities. After that, representatives shared their testimonies. All participants renewed their motivation to realize further expansion towards the success of the 60th anniversary. On the 4th, the graduation ceremony of Yoko Academy was held in Myoku Shrine. Representatives expressed their appreciation and declared their determination to spread the circle of happiness all over the world through sharing profound teachings and practice with many people. Oshi-no-shi-sama said in his speech, "Each of you can fulfill your abilities and potentials around the world. Please keep in touch with your classmates and play active roles based on what you have learned in Yoko Academy." Freshmen and sophomores celebrated their seniors with a chorus. Graduates will aim at becoming a person who can conduct brilliant lives, succeeding Oshi-no-shi-sama's will. On the 11th, Oshi-no-shi-sama dined in Chueru Museum with the 29th class language training students before their departure. Oshi-no-shi-sama encouraged each student on how their attitude should be as language training students. This year, 2 students will go to the USA and 2 to Mexico, holding high aspirations that will study language for 1 year, aiming at being a person who can take the initiative to accomplish global expansion. On the 17th, the inauguration ceremony for Kakegawa Center was held. The center is located at an intersection of a national highway, which is close to an expressway and train station. The sanctuary was filled with many people. All attendees offered sincere prayers with their gratitude. After the ceremony portion, Oshi-no-shi-sama handed an ornamental plate to the center. Oshi-no-shi-sama said in his divine speech, "This is a day that God allows the construction of Divine Light Center in a place whose inhabitants and spiritual aspect are well purified. God never fails to watch over your efforts. He will grant you his blessings. So please have confidence and practice the teachings and the art of divine light in your daily lives. In the after party, ladies and gentlemen sang a song and played handbells. After that, their history was introduced in a video. Young practitioners performed a dance, wishing that their smiles bring more smiles to many people. In the finale, all attendees sang a song, and they renewed their motivation to help God to save more people through the practice and their altruistic love. On the 21st, the inauguration ceremony of the nursing home Pure Smile was held in Iida City. Oshi Nishisama observed each of its facilities after his arrival. Attendees offered sincere prayers for further growth of its service. The facility is located in front of Iida Asai Divine Light Center in Shinano Guidance Division. By taking care of seniors in society, we aim at offering our service as a part of our social contribution. After the prayer portion, Oshi Nishisama presented an ornamental plate to the nursing home. Oshi Nishisama said in his speech, "Nursing care is related to our altruistic love practice. I am sure it will become a valuable service in society. Please aim at becoming a model in the nursing care field." From March 15th through the 17th, the intermediate seminar was conducted in Taiwan. Participants sincerely listened to profound teachings for 3 days. On its third day, Mr. Sakaguchi granted the intermediate Omitama, the Divine Light Pendant, to attendees on behalf of Oshi Nishisama. On the 16th, Mr. Sakaguchi visited the proposed site of Suza in Taiwan in order to check the progress of construction and gave divine light there. On the 31st, the inauguration of Nihama Center and the anniversary ceremony were held. The city of Nihama is located almost in the center of Shikoku Island. Nihama Center has easy access from a train station and all expressways that run across the island, and it's situated very close to the intersection of a national and prefectural highway. The sanctuary was filled with many attendees. They together prayed with gratitude for God's blessing to complete the new center. After the ceremony portion, Oshi Nishisama handed an ornamental plate to the center. Oshino-Shisama said in his speech, "Through the construction of the regional Suza, God grants us various challenges to improve our spiritual aspect. Please work together on your divine service in order to realize the divine civilization as the forerunners." In the after party, children performed an energetic dance. Lastly, all participants sang a song with their determination toward the success of the 60th Grand Anniversary Festival. This month, Oshino-Shisama strongly and energetically guided all practitioners around the world to steadily advance the divine plan of creating earthly heaven, aiming at establishing the divine light civilization.
As a reminder, please turn off your cell phones or set them on silent mode. Please do not eat or drink in the divine altar room. Thank you.
Once a month, we get together at the center to celebrate the monthly ceremony. The ceremony is the day in which we express thanksgiving for protection we have received in past months, calling for having lived in the act small, and the desire that we would like to contribute to God's plan, wishing to live unified with God and to live happy. The ceremony is called Matsuri in Japanese. It means to close the gap between God and human beings. We hold the ceremony so God and human beings can unify as one. As God is truthfulness itself, it is important to contact God with truthfulness. This ceremony is also turning into God's ways. The main objective of Gakuite is to become divinized human beings, to resurrect to the children of God. For that, purifying the spiritual aspect, the aspect and nature of the soul, it is indispensable. At the ceremony, our spiritual aspects are purified greatly by strong divine light. Then, we can elevate our spiritual levels to be closer to God, and it will become easier to understand God's will. The knot that ties everything together is the divine ceremony. Let's attend a significant divine ceremony with as many people as possible, and offer our sincere prayers to Suga and tune into his will.
Before the ceremony, please close your eyes. As you begin to clear your mind, breathe in deeply and exhale completely at your own pace in your own time. Breathe in and out, allowing the sound of my voice and the sounds around you to relax you even more deeply. Feel and envision your true self. In the depth of your soul, you will find your divine nature brilliantly shining. Your soul, as his child, is a divided soul of God. Feel and envision God's light of great love and wondrous wisdom as it flows into you. Clouds of delusion are gradually faded away. The light of your soul, the power of radiation, are flowing out endlessly. Your soul is eternally connected with God. In the eye of your true self, you find God's love happiness. Allow yourself to realize who you truly are and rebirth every day as God's children, ourselves and the world around us as the expression of divine light. Open your heart to God's vision of you. Embrace His will with gratefulness and devotion. Allow yourself now to become more and more aware of your surroundings. Everyone, please open your eyes. World Divine Light Houston, Texas Center hereby announces the start of the prayer portion of the Divine Light Ceremony, April 2019. The Assistant Senior Director, Ms. Miyuki Fujimori, will lead us in prayer to express our gratitude to Sugai. Everyone, please bow your head and remain.
身をやもとす真光大神様 Sigat. We will begin the monthly Divine Light Ceremony of April 2019 here at the Houston, Texas Spiritual Center, United States, Canada Guidance Division, World Divine Light. We thank you indeed for your guidance and blessings for our spiritual growth throughout divine service in past month. We committees living a very important time now because we are the forerunners of the divine civilization, an era in which people will know the joy of sharing, accepting, and cooperating with each other. By giving divine light, we help God in the creation of this era and will bring salvation to humanity. At the 60th Grand Anniversary Festival in Suza, Japan on August 4th this year, kami committees around the world united at Suza will harmonize in a unified prayer. Our prayer will embrace the world in unconditional love, and it will touch all human souls. It will serve as a powerful awakening of humanity to our divine nature as God's children, and all religious organizations to their original vocation. We pray for realizing a spiritual reconciliation among the world's respective religious organizations so that we will step forward to realize a heavenly world on earth. We sincerely ask you to help our fellow kami committees as a representatives of each nation to participate in this great ceremony and harmonize in a unified prayer and together open the doors to the divine civilization. These offerings of food and flowers placed in front of the divine altar symbolize our deep gratitude for the wonderful blessings you have bestowed upon us. Sugat, please accept our gratitude and shine your divine light on them. 水の目を国玉大国主の狼様。Thank you very much.
Please face up. Prayer leader of Amatsu Norigoto, Mr. Isa Akogni.
美実相厳厳視界高
原にカムタマヒ燃え入れます。カムロヒカムロミの道から用いて万世と人の御代やカムアマススのま光を神原井戸の狼たちもろもろの坂ごとたまひの包みきがれおはまひかりもて払い清めみそにたまいて神のこの力よみがえらせたまえと申すことのよしをかしこみも直す
みよやもとつまひかりおみかみ
守りたまえ咲きはいたまえみよやもとすまひかりおみかみ守りたまえ咲きはいたまえ
かんながら
たまひ支配ませかんながらたまひ支配ませ
Prayer leader of the Pride of True Happiness, Ms. Susan Kinsella. Please open your prayer book, page 40.
People, children of God, if you are truly seeking perfect health, that is complete freedom from disease, elimination of poverty, love and harmony, eternal extension of life, and unwavering happiness, believe and pray. Sue God and the universe that He created were originally and still are free from disorders of health, harmony, and wealth. You are the highest art and the divine treasure created by the omniscient and omnipotent inherent God. You are within His embrace. God's true children are essentially within His hand of arrangement for health, harmony, and wealth. Therefore, there exists only the cleansing phenomenon to develop a positive spirit of a trinity of the spirit, mind, and body. It comes from God's great love. Such negative phenomena, believed as diseases, unhappiness, or misfortunes, are non-existent. Anything that happens to us is a change for our improvement. Disease, unhappiness, and misfortunes are tempting words of evil gods who are taking advantage of the cloudiness in your mind. These words are the bad fruits of your confusion and delusion. Although unseen by physical eyes, in a truly existent and powerful flow of God's true light, there exists only His art to dissolve and cleanse the impurities of your soul and spirit, which have become withered due to the continuous accumulation of negative karma. His art is for the purification of the impure spiritual aspects of your body and those of your family. It is for the purpose of returning your spirit, flesh, and fortune to those who are pure in spirit. It is only for the purification of your spiritual aspects and the elevation of your spiritual level. Otherwise, your impurities and negative karma cannot be purified without going through a tremendous amount of compensation through your properties and flesh, so that you may attain a pure spirit. You have been confused and controlled by this delusion for many thousands of years. Those who do not believe in what cannot be seen with physical eyes are truly hypocrites. Those who believe will surely find the world of enlightenment. It is the true state of opening the spiritual eye. The infinite light of Sugad is the true light. It is also the absolute and limitless power. Ask yourself whether or not you can see the world of unseen power. You shall have an immediate answer as to whether or not people can be saved by the unseen power. Human beings have not been decorated as God's treasure since the ancient divine era. Did not Buddha say, the whole creation is Hotoke, and I am Hotoke? Did not Jesus say, I am the Son of God, and you are the sons of God? Since the beginning, your true self is a true child of God, who contains the divided soul of God and the spiritual prototype of Hito, which were created by God. Although unseen by physical eyes, is now Sugad's form of the true self, vividly alive. Your faith in God will save you. The time of heaven has come when you should understand that faith in God, based upon the righteous laws, which is different from the obsolete way of religious faith in God, is indeed the shortest path toward happiness. Close your physical and mental eyes and open your spiritual eyes. The submissive era to give up true salvation has come to an end. The bells are ringing loudly to proclaim the dawn of the divine era of the opening of the spiritual eye. The age of logical comprehension has passed. The time of heaven for closing the gaps between God and humans and between nature and humans working in unity has come. The true jingle bells are ringing far and wide. From the era of humanity's pseudo-truth and transitory science, the true science has taken one step into the world of spiritual science. It shall progress into the world of divine science. Now it is time for humanity's primary stage to advance into the age of science of the most infinitesimal spiritual particle, the second infinitesimal spiritual particle, and the actual particle. It is the daybreak of the spiritual civilization. Do not be left behind. Come and kneel before Sugad. Then the clouds of delusion will vanish, and your soul and spirit, which were originally pure, bright, righteous, and obedient, will begin to brilliantly shine again. The era of darkness as revealed by Buddha and the ejection of humankind from the Garden of Eden, as told by Moses, in other words, the age of night when salvation was given only by dim white light, is about to end. The age of day shining in God's positive light has begun to appear in this world. It is time to rebuild the human world into its holy century of the heavenly civilization with the righteous laws, in which the correct order of Miroku Meshiach shall be maintained. The brightest light from a full moon is still dim, white, and weak, not even as bright as a shadow on a cloudy day. The light from the sun is the true light shining brightly from heaven. It is the light of the Creator, Kohyun, the infinite light of Segan Nun, the light of Amaterasu, Okami, Dainichi, and the Father in heaven. He is the master of creation, cultivation, and growth of all spiritual existence. He is the master of the eternal golden spiritual light. When you believe and practice, you will find the evidence of such light flowing through your entire spirit and flesh. Be willing to receive God's light and thoroughly follow the righteous laws. Your spiritual form of Sugad will then be revived. Your soul and spirit will begin shining brightly and brilliantly. You will be liberated from disease and poverty. You will be able to eliminate all conflicts and live in love and harmony. Therefore, is it not easy to restore your home, place of work, and the world to their original state for the children of God? Young people, God awaits your souls and spirits to grow in purity and righteousness. The time of heaven has come. Mature people and those who are trying to be ageless, God is yearning for you to increase your ability to wisely guide others toward God as your souls becoming increasingly pure year by year. Can you not hear the voice of God? With your very eyes, you have witnessed salvation for yourself and others through successive miracles every day. Pray that you may be allowed to guide one more person to God's true light and His spiritual wisdom of divine, truthful, righteous laws. Dedicate yourself to serving God with this prayer kept firmly in your mind. Precious is the actualization of the new and true love for humanity. This is the wondrous way to purify your spiritual aspects and elevate your spiritual level. Eliminate your foul attitude of trying to live only with selfish love, so that your spiritual level can be elevated and your happiness will never collapse. Hurry, for God is asking for billions of his children to serve him in order to accomplish his divine plan and return humanity to the Garden of Eden. You are God's children. However, you will be worthy of becoming his true children, he told, only when you resolutely start working for the God-given missions. There should be no regrets in offering anything to God. Can you not see that humanity and its pseudo-true civilization have come to a drastic turning point in every aspect? It is time to make a complete U-turn of your innermost mind. Thus, blessed are you. You are the blossom of true light, which comes from divine spirit. Can you not see the fruit of happiness? Only by enduring the cold winds and snowstorms can the plum and cherry blossoms profusely bloom in the spring sunlight. Know that a great spring awaits those who persistently purify their souls and spirits. Maintain a rich and harmonious heart and practice the training of humbleness of heart. Increase the experience of exercising Mahikari no Waza based on love and true sincerity. Observe and practice with true sincerity the divine teachings of the righteous laws. Day by day and month by month, try to master altruistic love and consistency between words and deeds based on truth. Maintain a firm unity among the sunlight children and form a cross of three essences, centering on God and the Holy Master as your core. Because you are a precious pioneer for the divine era of the righteous laws of the great gods of Miroku. How the Mites ring out the bells to proclaim the new true civilization, the spiritual civilization. Although the evil flowers of the pseudo-true civilization may look beautiful on the outside, their fruits are fated to decay and will fall to the ground sooner or later. The seeds that mature using as nutrients will finally become the true fruits. You shall become the seed people for the upcoming century. You shall become the true and eternal fruits. Although the great God Su is unseen by physical eyes, he is eternally and solemnly existent, powerful Lord. From morning until night, humbly offer gratitude for his protection and guidance. Receive the true light, Mahikari, and radiate the light of Sukkot. My communities, the time of heaven has come. Participate now in the holy work of transforming humanity into divine and spiritually oriented persons and of drastically reforming all human beings. Jingle bells are ringing far and wide. Truly ring the bells, sunlight children, we are saved.
Prayer leader of Divine Songs, Ms. Rita Pasquale. Please open your prayer book, pages 81 and 82.
When one closes the gap between God and oneself by being spiritually awakened to God's great love, which is overflowing and functioning in the entire heaven and earth, one will live in God's love. When one is in communion with God's heart of love, human life is truly endless. The spirit of the word, I, in truth, means the divine will. It is the heart of love, which combines great mercy and great strictness as one. Although his great mercy and great strictness are two different aspects, the great love of God contains both aspects as one. It is said that the Kanon is a master of great mercy and great strictness. It means his love is not a small love, but a great love. When a child of God loses the heart of great love, it causes the loss of one's happiness and wealth. One will be called a person of truth only when all three aspects, great love, truthfulness, and divine service, naturally flow out from oneself. Although I have accumulated a selfish ego and covered my true self, I am now embraced by the God of great love.
The Assistant Senior Director, Ms. Miyuki Fujimori, will lead us in the closing prayer. Everyone, please bow your head and remain.
身をや元す真光大神様スガット We are concluding the prayer portion of the monthly Divine Light Ceremony of April 2019 here at the Houston, Texas Spiritual Center, United States Canada Guidance Division, World Divine Light. Thank you very much for blessing us with your precious Divine Light during the ceremony. We will glorify your name more than ever to progress your divine plan. We call upon you to nurture us and give us your guidance to fulfill our divine mission, the expansion of sharing divine light and the divine teachings. May we embrace your will in our hearts always and serve you with love and devotion. May you bless us, our families, friends, and our divine brothers and sisters in the world. We are now concluding the prayer portion of the monthly Divine Light Ceremony. Isume o Kunitama, o Kuninushi no Okami-sama. Thank you very much.
We hereby announce the finish of the prayer portion. The Assistant Senior Director, Ms. Miyuki Fujimori, will now be leaving. Prayer leaders will now be leaving. Please remain seated.
I'd like to make announcement for the sushi and the miso soup class. We like to have the class for the cooking class. The raw sushi. Yes. Called on next Wednesday, April 24th from 6:30 p.m. Once you learn how to make raw sushi, you can make it for your family or friend for a celebration party like birthday party or anniversary party. Yes. So let us make it together. And if you want to invite your friend, family, or coworker to this class, that will be great. Please invite them. And then the cooking class starts from 6:30 p.m. But if you want to receive Divine Light, you can receive Divine Light until 6 p.m. Then I'd like to pass the name list, so could you put your name on the name list and then could you pass the next person?
You were awesome too. How you doing? Next week. Yeah, you look so good. Thank you. I've been okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Taking care of family with disabilities. That's right, I remember that.
No, I already have tickets to somewhere else. But I really would love to go to that.
It does get crazy.
Yeah.
It does. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
Sit down on one side,
City.
next
Like, I really need, I wanna end it now into the world,
And then
right?
Absolutely.
That's why we come, right?
That's why we met.
Yeah, I was looking at it and I was like,
Yeah,
it's the same.
that
Quite a while.
Yeah.
hours and
I think that's what they're happy, they leave for a while and then they realize like how much the life here helps.
Absolutely. The calmness of it all.
That's right. Yeah. So,
Right now, things are just, the world is so chaotic.
yeah, it really is.
Thank you.
It is. And just even individually life is so busy. So, I know how you feel. Yeah.
But to see you.
Yeah, I know, you too. I love the travel on you.
Are you going to, Japan in
Yes.
August?
Yes. Are you trying to go?
No, I haven't. I'm still,
You're deciding.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
It's a big deal. Yeah. The right decision will come.
Okay, so she's ready.
How was that?
Miss me.
Hey, hi. Sleeping.
Miss me. Ms. Miyuki Fujimori will now begin her instructional speech based on the divine teaching.
Hello everyone. Hello, how are you? Right, that's great. So this is the second time for us to have the Divine Light ceremony together. And I was very looking forward to seeing you again. And when the Kenji called me, and Miyuki, can you go to the Houston next month? Yes! I said, yes, of course. And I'm so happy to see you again. And also I'm very happy to see that Houston girls, the Doshi. Such a positive, wonderful vibrations that energize me so much. So I know you feel that way too. So then at the beginning, we want to watch the message from our senior director, Mr. Kenji Furue. So he is a center chief of Houston, Texas Center. And based on the Oshieni-sama, our spiritual leader's teaching speech, he explained more about the details about what Oshieni-sama guided us. So first, please direct to the monitor, and we will watch Mr. Kenji's speech.
Okay, everyone, congratulations on attending the Divine Light Ceremony, April 2019. What a blessing that we are able to harmonize, tune into God's will. So this is a date that you can boost your months by tuning into God. I encourage you to keep coming to tune into God's vibration and adjust your frequency to the righteous one. This is the month of April 2019, and let's say counting the date for the 60th Grand Anniversary Festival. 4 months to go. Well, actually, less than 4 months. This summer, August 4th, we will celebrate. We will make great harmonization. So let's take overview once again. The divine plan we learn in the basic practitioner seminar this Saturday. So divine plan tells us 3 portions: past, present, and even future. So the divine plan talks about future. What happens in the future of mankind? It's interesting, isn't it? So starting from here, past, and right now, this is the present time. And we are heading toward the future. So future, this is the goal that we are aiming at. Spiritual-oriented world. For believe or not, the entire world will be more spiritual. Science and religion. It is said science and religion will come together in the future. In the future, future of mankind is bright. We are heading toward such spiritual civilization, and this is the reason why we, Divine Light practitioners, are given the method to polish and purify and grow our spiritual aspect with the light of God. So we are right here in the transitional moment from water era toward fire era. Throughout water era, yes, mankind, we accumulated negative energy, negative vibration, unfortunately, by issuing too much of the selfish desire throughout competition, the fight, and sort of the challenges we went through, and mankind accumulated negative karma, which resulted in degrading our spiritual level. So that's why God is asking us, take back your divine nature. You got to be ready for future, the spiritual-oriented world. That's why we are granted the divine light practice. So in this age, we are working on toward the 60th Grand Anniversary Festival. Now here we are, the spiritual organization, we are granted the divine light practice last 60 years. This year, it will turn 60 years since this spiritual organization started. And the last 60 years, the divine teachings and divine light, and world main shrines in Japan, completely, the base are completely set up. And now, third Oshin-sama, spiritual leader, is laying the foundation for the worldwide expansion. So turning on these 60 years, we are going toward a new epoch, next 60 years. And Oshin-sama shows us, so far, we are in creation period. The next will be the growth period, which we will develop further, the worldwide expansion. So, the prayer, our prayer this summer will be such intense, and our prayer will for the next 60 years to share the divine light and divine teachings with the world. And now, so in the summer, we are ready to go forward. And I know that most of you are ready. So here, at the celebration, the numbers of people, thousands of people will come together. And here's the point. When people get gathered together and offer the prayer, the power of prayer will be intense. And especially this year, the 60th Grand Anniversary Festival, that will be the biggest festival which we ever had. So, God is asking us, quality prayer. Oshin-sama says, bring your highest and best. Bring your highest and best, which means bring your highest and best performance of the prayer. So that's why we are working on uplifting our spiritual level. So how we can realize it? Of course, we got to keep up our spiritual exercise. So keep up uplifting our spiritual level and put our prayer together. That's gonna be quality prayer. That's gonna be so powerful. By being there, sit there, I guarantee you, your transformation will be more successful. So that's how we are working on for the 60th Grand Anniversary Festival. In the meantime, now here's the thing, that God is asking us, asked to uplift our spiritual level. So whether we like or not, God will help you to uplift your spiritual level. Meaning, once He put up your spiritual level from here to up here, the difference may manifest as the spiritual cleansing phenomena. Remember the principle of spiritual cleansing phenomena. So it is painful. So people call misfortune, right? So as a misfortune phenomena, as a spiritual cleansing phenomena, sometime in a hard way, sometime in a right way, God will help you to uplift your spiritual level. I can see that the number of kami committees, the divine practitioner, sound like from the end of the last year, I can see many people, kami committees, receive the sort of the challenging, perhaps financially, mentally, or physically. I can see the number of people who receive challenging spiritual cleansing from last year. I would say it might be quite natural. And some kami committed even say, well, if you become kami committed divine life practitioner, then you start receiving challenging. To some extent, which may be true. However, it is a change for improvement. I guarantee you, when you overcome it, you will be up there for sure. So right now, God is helping you to uplift your spiritual level. That's how people see sort of the challenging a lot in this moment. However, bear it, stick with it. So always, we go back to our basics, 3 pillars of truth: receiving truthfulness, giving truthfulness, and dedicated truthfulness. And especially in this moment, last 4 months, I encourage you to intensify the spiritual movement within you by having 3 pillars of truth: receiving, giving, and dedicating. So, receiving truthfulness, like today, come over here, receive divine light. Here, divine light ceremony. For sure, you come here to receive divine light. Or when you attend the divine spiritual practice here in a spiritual center, yes, with the light of God, you're working on polishing your soul and spirit. Or giving the omitama, the holy pendant, that you wear around you, around your neck, this meant to give divine light, right? Give the divine light, receive divine light, and give divine light, or dedicate your divine service. Look at here, our spiritual center. This ceremony also we are prepared. It is prepared by such a soulful, heartfelt divine service done by divine light practitioner. This is a performance that they show their gratitude. And today, among the 3 pillars of truth, receiving, giving, and dedicating, I give you the very secret, the best in order to realize your best and highest. I want you to focus on the giving truthfulness especially. And especially among the giving truthfulness. To my experience, this is the best. Among the giving truthfulness, this is the best. Giving people a key for their transformation. So this is going to be my biggest word for you today. Giving the people a key for their transformation. Among the giving truthfulness, this is the best. So, meaning, give people opportunity to receive Omitama, the holy pendant, which means guide people attend divine ceremony. Of course, it's up to them whether they take the seminar or not. But think about, many of you I know been changing your life in a positive way. Thanks to the God's light, thanks to the spiritual practice, thanks to the Omitama. So, guiding people, having them wear Omitama, which means you are giving the opportunity, huge opportunity. You are giving the people huge opportunity for their transformation. That's a giving. That's a giving. And this will result in uplifting your spiritual level so much. Of course, you are not asking for it. When you guide people, when you help people, you are not asking anything in return. But I'm telling you, I must confess, God never miss you, blessing you. So my father, who's in Japan, he is the one started divine life practice back in 1985. That was the summer. And something, it clicked to him. And he became really, really crazy, the sharing the light of God and teachings. He's not talkative though. He's kind of quiet. He doesn't talk much. However, when it comes to the divine life practice, I cannot stop him talking. Divine teaching. And a couple years ago, if you remember, when we are located in the office of the Irvine, still we are not open yet here. So we are in Irvine yet. Then my father, it happened that my father came here to the United States for about 2 weeks, I guess. And he was so excited. Well, I'm so ready to do the divine service at the dojo. So when I went to him, picked up him at LAX, right? And we came back to home, and from next day, he was ready to get started divine service at the dojo, Irvine dojo. And from the baggage, he picked up one big files. And what is it? And I said, and he said, well, I prepared the material to introduce divine light to the people, written in Japanese. I don't think people here speak Japanese, but I value passion though. And sure enough, he took it. And from next day, all day long, and he kept giving divine light. And he was so excited because many people are so open. People here in California, especially, they are so open to it. So people listen to his passion though. Then someone always had to translate for him from Japanese to English. But he will enjoy it. He will enjoy it. And I remember that we held the basic practitioner seminar. And they followed after Omitama granting ceremony. There was a Naorai party. Right? At Naorai party, each Kamikuntes was supposed to introduce themselves. Very briefly, the name and some background. So, to the new Kamikunte who have just finished seminar, received Omitama, senior Kamikumite started introducing himself or herself. And here's my father. I told him, well, what is supposed to say just name. That his name is Kazumi, or Kazumi Fure. My name is Kazumi Fure. That's only you have to say. I told you. And sure enough, that the town came to him and he said, well, my name is Kazumi Fure loudly. Then I knew he was going to do it, but having the material with him, again, walk straight to the new community and start explaining again in Japanese. He's really crazy about the divine life. So his passion as such, I know his passion and his action to help people, guiding people, that really changed our family. So that went over 30 years, and that's huge power, and I know it. And that's how I strongly determined. I also become this doji in this organization, because truly divine light works for you, you know that. So I encourage you, this year, we are going to our 60th Grand Anniversary Festival. And again, God, Hanoshin Summer, they are asking you, bring your best and highest and best prayer that we are able to manifest. So I keep encourage you, keep coming, working on your spiritual growth, and we aim going to the 60th Grand Anniversary Festival this year. Well, thank you for paying your kind attention, and I'd like to enjoy our divine service this month as well for you. So thank you very much for attending the Divine Light Ceremony. Let's enjoy this month, April 2019. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, as he explained in his message, we come to the point of transformation. So you might find your transformation in your life, especially this year. So based on the Chinese teachings, this year the social tendency is expressed by two Chinese letters. That is Qi, Gai. So first letter Qi means confusion. And then second letter Gai means change with strong power. So this year, you will see many change. You will see something very good. And also you will see something very bad in the world. You already know so many things happened around the world. Very sad news. And also we have very good news too. Especially in Japan, we will start the new era with a new emperor. So for us, it's a big sensation and a big change, very happy change. And this year, you will see the transformation, that things will change with strong power. So at the 60th Grand Anniversary Festival in Suza, Japan, we will offer the prayer to realize a worldwide transformation, to make a good change in the world. So that now is for us, it's time to lift up our spiritual level in order to offer the quality prayer. So now God is helping us to uplift our spiritual level. In order to uplift our spiritual level, God gives us the challenge to lift up. So in the prayer book today, did you realize that it was divine songs? It said, great love. So the challenge comes to you from great love. It's not punishment. You are so bad, so you have to correct yourself. No, not that. From great love, because God loves you, trusting you that you can uplift your spiritual level, you can become people of light. In order to reach to that level, God brings you that challenge. So you might face the challenge at home, at the workplace, or everywhere you go, you might going through now that challenge. So then but that challenge is to change for your improvement. That is a change for your improvement. And then in order to uplift our spiritual level, we practice 3 pillars of truthfulness: receiving truthfulness, giving truthfulness, and dedicating truthfulness. And especially as Mr. Kenji Furue encouraged us to practice the giving truthfulness, giving divine light, giving your talent to others. So especially as a divine light practitioner, our unique training, unique approach is giving divine light. So do you have some experience or the testimony by giving divine light? So past 1 month, did you have the opportunity to give divine light? So maybe Veronica, do you want to share your experience? I heard a very wonderful experience. What happened with her?
Yes, I was telling, we were giving she was giving me divine light the other day, and I was telling her that I haven't been here for 2 weeks, and it's been very, very busy for me because my mom has always made natural juices, but somewhere or another she did never sell them. But she made them recently, and I was giving them divine light, and it's been selling like every day. Every day. Wow. So it's even after I leave here, I'm supposed to be making a delivery. So so yeah, that's what I was going through for 2 weeks.
And also you gave divine light to the juice.
Yes, I gave divine light to the juices, and everybody had the feedback was great. This lady had constipation issues, and she's been regular, and they even said it's good energy, good for the soul, and it's been very good feedback. Very
awesome.
good. Yeah.
Thank you very much. And is there anyone else who want to share the experience by giving divine light? Issa-san?
I like to give divine light every day, as you know.
Uh-huh.
And so I might maybe need to uplift my son in, because when you ask me the question spontaneously, I'm a little bit blank, meaning that I probably have taken a little bit for granted the daily blessings that I receive. However, as I was sharing with my co-prayer leaders today, I notice every single month that I am blessed with this position of prayer leader. As you know, the last 2 years, for some strange reason, I don't understand the depth of it yet, but God has arranged for me to have an unbalance of my walking. I used to walk, run, swim, like a fish, but for some strange reason, the last few years. And however, every single divine light ceremony, which is when we give and receive a tremendous amount of divine light, this disappears completely. When I go there to the altar, come back, go absolutely nothing. And I think you were my witness today, as well as each time I'm here. It's just like the father of Kenji. If I start putting my mind into everything that happens when you give divine light, you're going to have to stop me.
Thank you very much, Issa-san. Now let me share my experience in the past with my family. So we went through that very big challenge back to 2009. So here you are.
Okay, everyone, congratulations.
Thank you, Kenji. So this is my family. So this was 2016. Yes. My mom, I love her so much. Oh. No, thank you. It's okay. And this is my father. And this is my sister. And my sister's husband. And here is my husband, lovely Pablo. And this is my brother. and she is brother's wife, my sister-in-law. And then her son, Tsubasa, and a daughter, Sakura. Yeah. And then here is the first son of my sister, and the second son, Tomoya, and then the last one, Kotomi. They are my precious treasure. Yes. So then this is our family, and then my mom. I am the first one who took the basic practitioner seminar in the family, and then next one was mom, and my sister, and my grandfather. He's in heaven now, and then my father, and then later my brother-in-law, and his first son, second son. They receive Omitama, and they enjoy practice Divine Light. Yes. So this was 2016. So about 7 years ago, 2009, from the 2016, 2009, I was doing the divine service in Rotterdam, in the Netherlands. And that was we had the 50th, yes, 50th Grand Anniversary Festival. So that was also a very huge festival at the main shrine Suza. So at that day, my father was at the front garden outside of the main shrine. And during the closing your eyes, during the meditation, he had a heart attack.
Wow.
Yes. And I was so shocked. And then, but because there are so many people and I was helping the attendees, I couldn't go to him. So I couldn't see him. So I worried about him so much. After the festival, I called to my father, "Are you okay?" And then he said, "I am okay." But I know he's not okay. Because he don't want me worry about him. He always say, "I am okay." Okay, I want to see him. But I had to go back to the Netherlands next day. So I asked my senior director, "I want to see him." And he said, "Go ahead. Go to your parents and see him." And then I went back to my hometown. And then I saw him doing well. Okay, I was relieved because I worried about him so much. I had so much stomachache. Yeah. So I was relieved from that worry. And then that was August 6th. And August 8th, we had a ceremony for ancestors, for my grandfather. And then that night, we had a heavy rain. So I remember I was cooking dinner, and then the heavy rain, like a squall, started. And then Mom said, "This is not usual. This rain is so strange, so strong. So Miyuki, please check the river next to our house." So my house located next to the river. And then the house level was lower than the river level. So we worried about if this, maybe it might, the flood, we might have flood. So I went to the river and I found that only 1 foot left. So the water is already there within 1 hour. So I got so scared. I ran back to home running and I said, "This is emergency, Mom. We have to evacuate from here. We have to prepare." So I asked Mom, "Please get some clothes and I will get the important document, bank card, those things." But we are so panicked. We didn't know what we should do. And then later I found from the bag that Mom prepared, I found 10 towels. So she was in panic. And I just collected the important document and ready to go out. And I saw the water came in from the entrance. And so I was so like this, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And then in Japan, we have tatami mat. with a special mat. And then I walked on the mat, and it was already, how do you say it, soft. Yeah, water's already there. So within the 1.5 hours, the river overflowed. Because the upstream of the river and the downstream of the river, the water overflowed and reached to our home. So that our home located at deepest level. So that's why the water flow into our home intensively. So within 1.5 hours, our house was this level in the water. So then I called to my brother, please come to home. It's emergency. And he didn't get it because he lived 15 minutes away by car from our parents' home. But he didn't, no rain.
Wow.
Only the parents' area had a heavy rain. So he couldn't realize it. And then anyway, he came to home and he realized, oh my God, this is emergency. So father, brother left at home. And me and my mother, they said, you have to go brother's home. So we drove a car. But on the street, everywhere, rock and water flow, very fast, heavy water flow. It was so scary to drive a car. And then we stayed at the parents' brother's home. And around midnight, I had a phone call from my brother. So he asked me, when is father's birthday? When's the father's birthday? It is so. So I told him, why you need it? And because he is now in emergency. Because he lost his conscience. He got a heart attack. Oh my God. We lost almost our home. And now we are about to lose father. Why it comes to our family. So it was so hard. But at that time, I thought to myself, this happened to us for good reason, for good purpose. There must be God's will. So for now, I don't know why it happens, but there must be the reason why. And this is for good purpose. So later maybe I will find it. At that time, just we ran to the hospital and we went to ICU. And I saw him on the bed and the doctor said, don't worry, he's okay. But to make sure, we will check him up. So he needs to be hospitalized for some days. Okay, he's there. Thank God. So the next day morning, we went back to the parents' home, and it was again shock. Our home is in the water, and most of like furniture, albums, cars, clothes, everything in the water. Okay, within 1.5 hours, everything changed 180 degrees. Okay, so then that time, the Divine Light practitioner from my hometown, 50 of people, they show up. I didn't say anything, but they just show up with bucket, shovel, and towels, food, clothes. I was so touched, and I was so encouraged. Okay, I really appreciated for the material support, but their heart, I was so touched. And I was so encouraged to keep my backbone straight. Okay, I was ready to face this challenge. And I believe that we can overcome. So God, please guide me. And then thanks to the support from my spiritual family, and my brother, sister, they all come to the parents' home, and then they help us. So then we could deepen our bond among family and spiritual families. I will never forget their heart. I will never forget their hand. So that encouraged me so much. So it took about 2009, and then later there was one of the neighbors offered us, you can use our house. We have old house. We don't use it for a long time. We don't need anything. You don't need to pay. Just go there, and as long as you need, please use there. Thank you very much. And also the every day, almost every day, someone came to us, bring some food, some clothes, just talk, listen to us. So I really appreciate them. And then the one day, I saw that I stayed with parents for 2 months. And now I knew that we have house, the parents has house and some food, and we made a planning how to repair our house. We didn't have debt, but we didn't have much money to build a new house. So we decided to repair the house and continue to live there. And we made a plan, everything. So I found that I'm almost ready to go back to my work. I wanted to stay there, so I was struggling. Should I stay with my parents? Because they became physically, mentally very weak. They asked me to be together. But at the same time, I was wondering what should I do. The main office asked me, whenever you are ready, we will prepare for you to back to your missionary work. And then one day, a lady, my senior director in my hometown, I met her. She invited me to the dinner. And then on the way to the restaurant, suddenly she said that she told me one of divine songs. That was one of the divine songs from Great Love again. So it was when a child of God loses the heart of great love, it causes a loss of one's happiness and wealth. Suddenly she said, and I couldn't grasp the meaning, why she told me that. And then later I reflect on, I think about what should I do. I wanted to stay with my parents, but at the same time I realized that still there are spiritual impurities, negative karma in the family. So in order to bring the happiness for my parents' happiness, I want to do my best to cleanse the negative karma and bring them unshakable happiness. So then I determined, let's go back to my missionary work. This is my way to support my parents in the spiritual aspect. So I back to the Netherlands. Still it was difficult to leave them. So in the airplane, it was so painful, I was in tears. But when I come back to the Netherlands, I determined, okay, I will do my best. And just I can focus on my divine service, giving divine light. And I saw that many people, like my parents' age, and I imagine by giving them divine light, I imagine as if I'm giving light to my parents. And sometimes I call them if they are doing well. I send the letters to encourage them. So I continue this divine service. And then 1 year later, the one project. The county set up the project that river next to our parents' house, they often have the flood, so it's very dangerous area. So they set up that project to extend the river. And then my parents' house, they had to move somewhere to extend the river. And then the county, it was not like a city, bigger, it was from county order, so that the county gave us very financial support. So the parents received some money, more than enough, a lot of money to me. And then so they could find a new place to build a new house, which is very safe place and very accessible to the main street and a better place. And then we could build a new house. We didn't need a huge, big house, but we wanted to have a strong house. You know that in Japan, some natural disaster, we have like a earthquake and also the heavy rain. So I wanted to have a strong enough that parents can live in peace and protect it. So then I continue my divine service, and my parents also continue visiting the center, receive divine light, and give divine light. And what they started is once a week, when they wake up at 5 a.m. and then they pray for the people's happiness in the community. And they give divine light in the morning. My mother and the father give divine light to the community in the morning about 10 minutes and pray again. So they started this training, giving divine light. And then 3 years later, 2013, that was Christmas Eve, December 24th. We received the key of new house. Yes. So they are so happy. And the next year, 2014, 5 years later, I visited, step in the new house. Wow, it's so amazing. It's like a dream house. We never imagined to have a new house. So, I know. This one. So you see, this is the picture from the sky. And here is a museum. And you see the road. And here, this is a lot of parents' house. And here is other road and many stores. So they can go shopping by walking. And they can also go to the museum by walking. And here there is a hot spring. So they can enjoy the hot spring. Oh, they are so lucky. And then this is a house. So the old house was, my father bought the land and built the house, but it was over 40 years. Some part was not so good condition, and the roof was a little bit like this. And the floor, if you put the ball go the floor this way. So now you see straight. The roof straight, I like it. And also here on top of the roof there is a solar system. So they can make electricity, and actually they sell the electricity. They don't pay any bill for the electricity, but they can save money. Wow, I feel so blessed. And then my brother, he said he's not a divine light practitioner yet. And he said this house comes from heaven. Yes, he's right. We feel this is a blessing. And then I want to show more picture. This is a garden in front of the house. You see the flowers because my mom loves flowers. And you see the vegetables because my father loves, yes, making the vegetables. This was must. For them, it's very important thing. Yes. So we enjoy the seasonal vegetables, organic, organic 100%. And of course, he gives divine light. And he brings those vegetables to the monthly ceremony. God, thank you very much for the blessings. Yes. And it's so tasty. You should come visit our parents. I will cook for you. And also the grape.
Wow.
So this tree came from the old house we planted. Oh, we really enjoyed. And this is my mom. She just enjoyed the flowers. Happy person. Yes. And then this is a spiritual training center in my hometown. So this is a 2 stories of a building. The 2,000 people, they can live here. And we have another building too, because we want to share the blessing of divine light. And they are happy to practice divine light. And here is inside, they have an altar, and this altar made of cypress from the mountain. So they cut the cypress, they brought it, and they built it. And then here you see the divine object. And this is a picture at the monthly ceremony, divine light ceremony. You see the many flowers and offerings, like fruits, vegetables, and this is a bottle of sake. This is the way to show our gratitude for the blessings. So, and one of them is from our garden. So then, after the ceremony, they have communication. At time, I saw about 200 people at the monthly ceremony, and they just enjoy the divine light. Yes. This is just a part of my experiences. You will witness, you will experience, you will have your transformation in your life. So I encourage you, come here and practice, learn how to give divine light and share the divine light. Yes, God will never miss you. Bless you. This is my message. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So now we will offer the closing prayer together. Please follow me. Miyoya Motosu Mahikari Omi Kami-sama, Suga, thank you very much. Now we are finishing the monthly Divine Light ceremony of April 2019. Here at the Houston, Texas Spiritual Center, United States, Canada Guidance Division, World Divine Light. We thank you indeed for allowing us to harmonize with your vibration in the abundant divine light today. Please give us your further guidance, protection, and the blessing of divine light to our spiritual family, and allow us to be part of your great divine one. Now we are finishing the ceremony. Thank you very much. Izume Ogunitama, Okuni Nushi no Okami-sama. Thank you very much. Everyone, thank you very much.
Yay! Congratulations for attending the ceremony today. Look at your face, so smiling. All of you are so smiling. Beautiful smiling. I'm so glad to see you're smiling. Is that microphone still hurt? Okay, so from 1 p.m. we will welcome the new visitors. So, and in 10 minutes we will start a potluck party. So I would like to organize this in this room, set up a chair and a massage table, and bring this TV to this way, and remove the food offerings. So if you could help us, we would appreciate it. Okay, so Kana-chan and prayer leaders, can you please remove the food offerings?
Good. How are you? Ellie. Nice meeting you. Good to see you. Oh yeah? With the fan? My name is Shirley. Nice to meet you.
Speech for the new visitors here. So maybe I have a chair like that. How are you?
So good.
Good to see you.
How you doing? Good, good. How do I, テレビ使います。
So you're gonna make a sweet and sometimes do time?
Yeah, I can help you in the kitchen. Or here we, Nice to meet you. My name is Shirley. Nice to meet you. Your speech was very touching.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sorry to hear about your family, but it worked out nicely.
Yes, yes.
Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Oh, I'm supposed to be doing that.
How are you doing this year?
I'm sorry.
Alicia, you took the basic seminar last month, right? I learned your name so many times, and you were in my prayer always, but I didn't have a chance to see you. Finally, I could see you. Yay! Good to see you. How did you practice Divine Light? Oh, do you enjoy it?
No, it was dirty. I don't want you to touch it.
Yeah, so the backup prayer which learned in Japanese, you might feel but don't worry. You know the words, they always help you. Even for me, it's my Japanese, I speak in Japanese, but the prayer, to chant the prayer, it took half a year. So no rush. Yeah. You are so lucky.
Oh, okay.
If it's something after August, I'll miss it.
I know.
Okay, so I'll
You're
start
lucky. That's So when you will depart for Japan? August
I think we're going August.
I see. I'm counting every day. Is it the first time for you to go to Japan?
Oh, thank you.
I see.
Do you want me to just?
Yes, we're gonna bring it
Also
down.
the practical, and also you will have a chance
Into
to
the
know
harvest.
Japanese culture.
I like how we're mixing them together. It's like a little salad, fruit salad. Oh, sure, okay. Okay, thank you. This cash? Yes. Oh, thank you. Here's it. right? Because these get used again. Yeah. Yeah, do you want me to do? Oh, okay, thank you. And just pile these up, or I wipe them with like paper towel. Back on the table, is that okay? Okay. Yeah, because have to be purified. Oh, now you can help. Anything. Okay. No, I need to pray. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Like the table, yes. Oh, I see. I see. Okay. Okay, and this is the.
Okay. Thank you, Ayana.
Thank you.
You had a great time yesterday?
I was telling Viva that I went back home. It was like 12:31. Then I was in the morning. And then I was like, I'm not gonna have time to cook. So I didn't go to time until I finished. That's how I'm tired.
Oh, thank you.
I couldn't even wake up to work out.
So, thank you.
I think I went to see that.
Yeah.
So I didn't sleep. I was like,
Oh, that's nice.
nah.
That's nice. He knows the effort. I'm glad you came. Okay.
Where do you want the
Is that
table?
good?
This table inside of this room?
Office,
Okay.
okay.
Where?
In the office. Yes, okay. Okay.
ありがとうございました。言ってあげました。
Okay. Yeah, that's the men's room.
Now we're gonna fill up the picture with you guys afterwards.
Yeah. Let's do it. That's right, that's right. We'll capture the moment.
ワークショップのあれ出しとくごめん。
はい。
美味しそうそのコーヒー。
美味しそうですよ
ねえ。そういうコーヒー飲みたいな。それだね。うん。
Our next event at Houston Spiritual Center, Life Renaissance Workshop, on April 21st, 29th,
あ、これねコマーシャル。
from 1 to 3 p.m. We will learn positive thinking. This Life Renaissance
そう、
workshop
作ってきた
will
の。
empower your positive nature to manifest and attract the people and circumstances you deserve. Our next event
You have your phone on you?
Center, Life Renaissance Workshop.
You don't mind? You
On
go
April
by
21st, 2019, from 1 to 3 p.m. We will learn positive This Renaissance workshop will empower your positive nature to manifest.
Thank you.
それだね。
はい。
はい。
さっきのビデオも使われます。
あ、さっきの。ああ、よかったです。これで。はい。はい。はい。ありがとうございます。
Thank you. You wanna come in and she explains?
雲が入ってる。画面が出てくる。
It is, and that's not gonna sound the work of it. Look at that.
I usually don't like, I usually shy away from pictures, but I really like that. Yeah, very nice.
あ、出た。
Both of you are
髪の毛。パッてしてるとさ、出てるね。
Tom Susan, that's so funny. That's so funny, it's just Tom Susan. Oh, you named us Tom Susan, oh, that's funny. I like that one, yeah.
うん、出たね。はい。はい。じゃあこれで、はい。ありがとうございます。
Me too.
I was hungry like when the ceremony started.
I didn't eat this morning.
I didn't eat
I just
burgers.
drank a cup of coffee and
Me
a cup
too.
of hot water. That was it.
Me too, I drank tea and coffee.
Is that right?
And I was looking at the clock time, like, oh, I'm really hungry.
Hey!
I was like, I really want one now. I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
Thank you so much. Sure. Thank you very much for great training, Davis.
Thank you, yes.
We were very
Thank you
pleased
for
to
your
work with
help.
you.
That's right.
Yeah, it was really memorable ceremony.
And she's a good teacher.
Very good teacher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like I am too. Yes. Yes.
Thank you. I'll be back. Yeah, I'll be here for a little bit. What's that? But today, we have an Easter egg.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. But we'll be back. I'm here for a while, so. Yeah. Nice seeing you.
I just changed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just, which you, the not Friday, the time before that.
Oh, okay,
I just changed it, yeah.
You want me to keep the bag? Your Omina bag?
Sure, yeah, because it's still clean looking, right? Okay. So I'm gonna unwrap it? Okay. It's wrapped in medical tape, so it keeps it, the water out from any water damage. It's very strong, the medical tape.
Yes.
Sometimes it's hard to get it peeled off. Okay, sorry about that. It's, maybe your nails are longer than mine, but maybe you're stronger than me.
Over 100.
Like a million times, right? Oh, okay. Thank you. Sorry, I was. Okay. Yes, this? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Huh?
Oh, that was on.
Yeah. I was laughing. Thank you. Right there? Thank you. Thank you to meeting today.
We are about to start the block party.
Yeah, we can stay, but,
I'll be back during the week. Yeah, I'll see you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You should, you should come, Tom, when I'm at work. You should come and visit the center.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Yes.
Feel free to come here.
Yeah. I just want to use the bathroom, and, no, I didn't use it yet, because I went to change my, I went to give my, yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Happy birthday to you. When you leave, when you enter, and when you leave, you pray out. So you can just pray out with me. Just pray out. It's just 2 vows. 1, 2, and 3 claps. Come on, bow, and then you say a prayer. And it's 1 more bow, and 4 claps. You can read them and then you say bye. I want to grab my coffee. I want to grab a clementine for the farm. I'm starving. Do you want one?
No, I'm good.